Coming out of WrestleMania 41, there was a lot of resentment directed towards WWE and TKO. While certain matches on the WrestleMania card received universal praise, something fell off with how WrestleMania was presented, and with the main night of Night 2 being met with widespread disdain from fans, it has led to a lot of fans questioning if the WWE and TKO relationship was a huge mistake. It's clear that WWE has sold its soul to TKO. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. The Initial Buyout. When TKO officially purchased WWE in 2023, the product was already on an upward trajectory. Thanks to Triple H's masterful creative vision, wrestling was seen as cool again, so TKO were basically inheriting a product that was beloved by many. If this occurred in 2018 or 2019, then the situation may have been drastically different, as TKO would have to deliver a ton of work behind the scenes to make the product great again. This was a time period in which WWE were alienating the general audience, and they were often presenting shows in front of half-empty arenas. This matters because TKO played it smart with buying WWE at the time they did, and all they literally had to do was allow Triple H and his staff to carry on doing their thing, and all they'd have to do was reap the financial rewards. The final fraud. Now, a lot of specific criticism has been directed towards The Rock in recent weeks. The Rock, who sits on the board of directors, was involved in one of the most shocking angles in WWE history as he oversaw John Cena's heel turn. The Rock, despite being a major player in this angle, would just disappear from television, and it was basically erased from the angle completely. Fans expected The Rock to show up at WrestleMania 41, but this never occurred, and the backlash was so substantial that just days later, The Rock would appear on the Pat McAfee show to address why he wasn't on the show. But The Rock's appearance was one of the most disastrous PR moves he could have possibly done, as his appearance was called out for being disingenuous and full of false statements. One of The Rock's most insufferable comments was his comments relating to Elimination Chamber. The Rock would claim that he received a call from TKO CEO Ari Emanuel that WWE needed help shifting tickets for the Chamber event. "I got a call about a month before Elimination Chamber. I got the call from Ari Emanuel. He said, 'We need help at Elimination Chamber. Ticket sales are a little slow.' But beyond that, what we are finding is with Elimination Chamber, it's becoming a pay-per-view that's become interesting. Fans have had fun, but it's also the conduit to WrestleMania. And how do we create Elimination Chamber that people must tune in to see? How do we create that? Right now, we don't have that. Will the final boss show up?" And there is so much wrong with this statement. Firstly, why is Emanuel contacting The Rock as opposed to Triple H? Triple H is the one that books the show, not The Rock. This was perhaps the first sign that there were issues between TKO and the game, and TKO is perhaps dissatisfied with his recent creative direction. The other key issue is why The Rock felt the need to take this information public. What benefit does The Rock saying this have? It was basically him deterring any blame from himself and shifting the blame over to the current WWE creative regime. It was a low blow, and it's done significant damage to how WWE fans see The Rock as well as Ari Emanuel. The Rock's comments are also a total spit in the face to talent who were already advertised for the show. The show a month out had 27,000 tickets sold, and for a non-Big 4 PLE with WWE's current pricing model, this was a fantastic achievement. Additionally, the jump when The Rock was confirmed for the show wasn't anything significant, so this wasn't the massive W that The Rock painted it out to be. The commercialization of wrestling. One of the main directives of the TKO group has been that virtually everything in WWE needs to have a brand associated with it. Whether it's the Prime deal or the map being filled with an array of sponsors at WrestleMania, is this too much? Everything on show seems to exist to plug a sponsor, and in turn the entire WWE product has been commercialized and is putting a lot of the audience off. TKO are focusing on these brand deals over the actual in-ring product, and while yes, right now the product is red hot, how long will this last? When WWE next suffers a down period, which is inevitable if history teaches us anything, what will they do then? The sponsorship deals will be hard to come by if the product isn't super popular, so this is a risky strategy that could massively backfire. One of the most baffling additions to WrestleMania 41's card was a match between the War Raiders and the New Day. Whilst all four men are great talents, the match had no place in the card. Nobody was pushing to see the match. It later surfaced that the match only existed to push a sponsor linked to the War Raiders. That's right, the WWE booked a match on the WrestleMania card just to push a sponsor. This rubbed the fans the wrong way, especially as a TLC match, a match that ended up being a certified classic, was left off WrestleMania completely, and it was instead put on SmackDown. Some fans have theorized that this was a TKO executive call. Knowing what we know now, this could be very well true, as Triple H spent months building the tag division over on the Blue brand, and it was extremely odd that the match was left off the show. Triple H's tweets and retweets over on X since the match have also been telling. The game has been raving about the match for days, and it's likely that he was trying to make a point to TKO execs. Nevertheless, this once again shows that there's trouble in paradise, and TKO are getting even more involved in the creative aspect of WWE programming. But how much is too much? Now we get that WWE is a business after all. They must make a profit, otherwise they'll go out of business quite soon. But it's become clear that TKO have become greedy. Ticket prices are so expensive that even WWE legend Randy Orton is calling them out for it. Whilst big ticket events such as Wrestlemania are understandably expensive, selling tickets which allows fans to have an entrance before the show and even sit above the stage is just insane. Tickets that involve an elite VIP package have gone for 6 figures. Yes, fans have put down 6 figures for an elite package just to be at WrestleMania. Additionally, regular tickets for Raw and SmackDown should be affordable to all, yet this hasn't been the case for a long time. WWE's recent tour of Europe was a massive exploitation of fans' loyalty and love for the current product. Ticket prices were that of a Big 4 PLE, and TKO set these prices because they knew that fans would scratch and claw everything they had to get their hands on tickets. This is an awful way to treat the audience, and once again, it may backfire if the product suffers a downward trajectory in popularity. It was reported in late April of 2025 that TKO had decided to sell tickets for SummerSlam 2025 for a grand total of $40,000. Yeah, that's right, $40,000. The premium tickets include front row seating as well as meet and greets, yet even still, this is an insane amount of money that once again alienates 99% of the WWE fanbase. It was even claimed that these tickets sold out relatively quickly, which goes to show that TKO knows that they can push prices up as far as humanly possible, as a select number of WWE fans have the means to pay for this type of lucrative ticket. And that's no hate on them. If they can afford it, they can afford it. But the biggest issue is that this could become the norm, and regular WWE fans will struggle buying tickets. One of the elements of TKO's branding strategy that makes fans furious, especially recently, is the obsession with reminding fans how much money the company is making. Virtually every PLE features Triple H telling fans that they set a record gate. A record gate means that WWE ticket prices are higher than ever, and it's such a bizarre thing to publicly mention to fans, as what exactly is supposed to be their response? Are they collectively supposed to cheer at the fact that they've spent a small fortune attending a wrestling show? It's a weird trait that definitely needs to disappear. Could Triple H leave? There is without a doubt tension between Triple H and TKO, specifically The Rock. With TKO going behind the game's back when it came to the Chamber PLE, and with The Rock basically distancing himself from the WrestleMania creative, this could eventually boil over. Or could Triple H genuinely leave WWE either by way of being fired or leaving via his own free will? Well, it is possible. At WrestleMania 40, after arguably one of the best reviewed shows of the past 2 decades, Triple H sat down at the post-press conference show and stated, "I'm loving what I do, that's the biggest thing for me." When TKO went down and Ari Emanuel talked to me about this, I said, "I just want to have fun. If it's fun, I stay. If it's not, we'll figure out something else. We're having fun. I want everyone to have fun." When the signature was playing, I picked up the headset and said, "Biggest thing we want to remember tonight, everybody have fun. Enjoy this. If this is fun, everybody loves it. If we have fun making it, you're going to enjoy watching it." That's what I believe. Now, this was an interesting comment, as it was basically Triple H saying that the moment that running WWE creative isn't fun for him, he's out the door. Triple H has definitely had a difficult time in 2025 so far, as during WrestleMania season, the game seemed completely over the somewhat negative reaction to the product, and a lot of his media interviews were spent attacking the audience. Something has definitely changed within the WWE backstage, as the game could be potentially losing his love and passion for pro wrestling. This is partly TKO's fault. So where is the love? TKO has a lot of work to do to restore the fans' faith in them running WWE behind the scenes. A lot of their decisions are based solely on financial gain rather than a love and appreciation for the art form of professional wrestling. Whilst WWE and TKO are indeed businesses designed to make as much money as possible, history suggests that the two can coexist, and focusing on the pro wrestling medium and making it as best as it can possibly be will naturally lead to significant financial rewards. TKO evidently are under the impression that elements such as theme songs and the way the show looks, feels and sounds is not a huge deal, but it matters. If wrestling fans become aware that those booking the show are purposely doing a lackluster job just to save a few dollars, it will negatively impact the trust and relationship between the two sides. TKO needs to remember that the fan base matters, and alienating them in favor of profits could have disastrous results in the long term. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.